Alright, welcome back. So what I'm doing is I've got a little bit of a tour. I'm trying to get this kind of out for SILAS at Adventures Made from Scratch. And so what we're looking at here is just one of the many vehicles that we have that are in for repair that we currently own. This is one that I think it went through a fence or something, and the owner surrendered the paperwork for it, title. But unfortunately it needs quite a bit of work. It didn't look like anything from down here, but it's actually got a broken rack and pinion. And I decided to pull the interior out of it to fix the headliner, and it also has a pretty pronounced smell of crayons. So I pulled the carpet out of it in order to do some cleaning on it, and this is the way it sits. Unfortunately, it's probably going to end up in the scrap pile, but it's actually a fairly low mile Volkswagen Jetta with a turbo 4-cylinder. It runs good. Actually, it'll start right now, but it's been out of commission for several years now. This right here is another Jetta that we're working on. This came to us by way of same kind of a thing, where the driver of the vehicle had drugs on them, illegal amount of drugs, and we got the car from them, and they actually were subsequently sent to jail. What we've done with this car so far is that it was pretty disgusting inside, and you can see some broken things here and there, but we were able to go in here and clean this one. You can look at some of my other videos and I'll show you how to kind of clean them up a little bit, but this is one of those that we did that too. It's got missing door lock, it's got all kinds of problems with things just laying down, and it's got a few cigarette burns in the seat. But it is a stick shift 4-cylinder turbo engine, which they typically do run pretty good, but this one, however, is giving us some problems. Under the hood here, we've got the engine working on here, and basically we were inundated with, this is kind of the emissions system on the Volkswagen. It's just a nightmare to figure out whether or not to keep this or to actually cut this all off and eliminate some of the emissions stuff that's damaged or worn out. It does have a good turbo. I did take that off. It does have some life left in it. It did however have a broken exhaust gasket, so I had to sure what that is. And then also on the inside of this tube, there's a lot of nastiness going on in there. So here we are with a dilemma as to whether or not we should continue to fix on this one. And hopefully I'll be putting up another video on this one soon to kind of show the rest of what we're doing to it. See if we can actually get this thing going again, because I'm actually trying to get this sold to a gal that doesn't have a car, and she wants to make payments, and so I want to make sure that it's good before we get her into this. There's my girl, Poppers. What you doing? Are you guarding everything? This one right here is my 1990 F350, and it had a regular diesel engine in it, non-turbo, and ended up having problems with the engine. So what we ended up doing is we secured a Cummins. That's what this is under here. Got no injector pump on it, and It does have an adapter of some sort that adapts it to the transmission of the Ford, because it does have the 5-speed stick shift. But here it is, about 4 years later, and we still haven't gotten it done. But nice 4-door pickup. Interior's pretty fair. We've kept most of it covered up and full of junk mostly. But that's just another one of those that has to be put together. There's all the parts and pieces, and there's a couple of Cummins parts in here and whatnot. And this truck also has a Super 5, which is a fifth wheel gooseneck interchange that goes down into the middle of the bed there. So it can be changed over from fifth wheel to gooseneck pretty quickly. And we're going to use this to haul different types of trailers. But unfortunately, here it sits. Alright, so here's my Tahoe. This is an 05. Got this from the bank as a repo. And you've seen me do some stuff on it. Did some cleanup in it and some various other things. It was stinking pretty bad. This one really wasn't too bad. I've kind of been using it, and of course I'm kind of a slob, but it did get new tires put on it and a new transfer case, and there's some videos there that you can see on it. Overall, it's in pretty fair shape. I mean, other than being dusty and got leaves and things like that, the seats aren't all burned up with cigarette butts or anything like that, so it still can be a pretty good vehicle. It's got the fold down. It's also got the 3rd row seating in the back, which is good to have. And it's got the LS 5.3, which is good running vehicle, or good running engine, I should say. And just one more. And of course, it still needs a little work, needs some paint. But we're out here in the sticks. We don't have any kind of Mako or anything like that. Alright, so here's my Dodge Stratus. I got this about 5.5, 6 years ago. And it's, again, has turned into a collective for all kinds of this and that. Actually, it was a running car, good running car. It's got brand new tires on it. And it was involved in a little deer mishap. And I've got a new hood and new bumper cover. As you can see, that bumper cover is pretty tender. It's been zip tied back together. But one of the things currently wrong with it is start up, let it run. It was running actually quite good. But the unfortunate thing is it broke a timing belt on us when we were moving it into storage. So the cylinder head's going to have to come back off, or come off, and valves probably replaced. Now, this is the 2-door coupe, and the 2-door coupe is a different car altogether. And the reason I say that is because I've got some new headlights that I purchased several years ago to try and put this thing together. And although they do fit in the cavity, the problem is that the peg doesn't fit. The peg is down low. And that is the difference between the sedan and the coupe front end. The front ends are a little bit different. And of course, you know, a hood for a coupe and a hood for a sedan are way different price. I think the hood cost me, the replacement hood I have is about $107. This hood was $300. Same with the front bumper cover. It was about $300, but this one only cost me $68, or the one I've got in storage. So that's just a few of the items that I've got going on. Big shout out to Silas over at the Ventures Made from Scratch. This just kind of showing you what we do for these vehicles that we want to try and save. You've probably got tons of them over there that just need a little bit of work that might be able to be repaired, but I understand your situation too, because I just got rid of several vehicles out of my impound lot that were just unfortunately too far gone. Good for parts, whatever it is. As a matter of fact, I had one vehicle with a brand new engine in it and one that had a brand new transmission in it. Not the same type of vehicle, but two different types of vehicles. But just damaged enough to where they just weren't worth fixing. So anyway, thank you for watching, and like, share, and subscribe if you like, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.